Hi, my name is Maura Davis. I'm the curator of large mammals here at Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance. And I wanted to tell you all a little bit about Groucho, our 55-year-old, and some of the training he has been working on in the last 6 to 7 months or so. So a few months ago, he seemed a little bit confused here or there at times. We thought perhaps it was hormonal, but after a discussion with the team, we did recognize that 55 is quite an advanced age for an Asian elephant whose median life expectancy is 47. So we chose to design a brain game program in order to help preserve his memory as he continues to age here. We don't just focus on his physical health, but all of the elephants and their mental engagement in the training as well.
My name is Lauren Cahill. I am an animal care specialist here at Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance for elephants. And I, for the past several months, have been working with Groucho on his brain game. So his specific brain game, we wanted to come up with something that would cause him to think in a way that he has never been challenged to think before. But we didn't want to make it so difficult that he would become frustrated with us or with the behavior. We wanted this to be positive for him. Essentially, all the behavior is he's presented with different canisters to smell, and he has to indicate which one of those canisters has the coffee beans in it by lifting one of his front feet. It doesn't matter which foot. So the beginning of the process was just teaching him how to inhale when he was presented with a canister, and then eventually adding in a canister that had coffee in it and asking him to lift one of his feet, initially using a target pole to pair the coffee with the target pole, until he understood that every time I smell this, my foot's gonna go up. And that is the purpose of this game. And as we got more and more advanced in the game, depending on what kind of day he was having, some days he gets it on the very first try. Some days we have to start over a few times if he false indicates on a blank canister. But depending on how many good days he has in a row, then sometimes we'll add in a distractor scent. So far the only distractor scent I've ever used is lemon. It's something that he doesn't smell very often. And so far he has paid zero attention to the distractor scent. And every day it varies how many blanks he gets before the coffee shows up. So he can't predict, oh, it's always gonna be 2 times as this, and then the coffee is next. So it really keeps him engaged and keeps him thinking throughout every single session. He doesn't know what to expect each session, which is the purpose of the game. And it's been pretty rewarding to watch him figure it out and think about it throughout the process. Yeah, so at the beginning of the process, he was very confused. I tried to take it very, very slow with him, do very small approximations, because ultimately we don't want to frustrate him. That's not the purpose of this. We want him to become engaged and want to participate in these sessions. But I would say it was probably 2 months that we were stuck in the same spot. And then finally something just clicked with him. He's now done it in every area of our exhibit, which is really awesome. He also will leave hay, which is his favorite food. When he sees me coming with the canisters, he'll leave some of his favorite things to come over and do a session with me. So that's a pretty good indication that this is a really positive experience for him. I actually started training the same exact thing with Duncan, our youngest, our 11-year-old, to kind of see if there were parallels or maybe something that I was doing specifically that was making it so challenging for Groucho. And it was really interesting because the beginning stages, they were the same for quite some time, stuck in the same place. But Duncan was able to progress a little bit quicker than Groucho was. But ultimately, Groucho caught up to him in the end, and they now both know the completed behavior and they perform it exactly the same. But it's been really neat to kind of see Duncan is always engaged in a training session. You know, he's got a young brain, he's excited for training, he's excited for snacks. And it took Groucho a little while to kind of look forward to these sessions. And it seems like he's now more engaged in other training sessions too. Even just his regular, he does a lot of physical exercise sessions and he seems more engaged in those as well, thinking a little bit differently even than he would normally after we've done these brain games with him. So it's been really rewarding to watch him almost get younger, you know, like engage in the sessions like the younger boys. So there's a lot of little fun games that are definitely in his future. And this one can always be expanded too. We can add in more distractor scents, more blanks. So there's a lot of flexibility even in this game that we're already playing. So we hope that you come out to visit Toyota Elephant Passage and learn more about our bachelor herd and more about Groucho and the special care that he gets as our 55-year-old geriatric elephant.